Welcome everybody. 505 interview series. Big D coming to you from the Polar Vortex Lounge. Beautiful, beautiful negative 20 degrees out. I'm out here braving it for y'all because, well, I'm here to provide for you, the people, because I'm a man of the people. Before we get started tonight, though, reminder, pinned in the comment section is my Linktree link. Go follow it. Go support my advertiser sponsors and preferred retail partners. They help continue to keep the programming going on the show, and your support goes a long way. Whether you're looking for sticks or accessories, I got you covered in multiple different areas there. Use the exclusive promo codes only available to my viewers out there to save yourself some coinage. And if you're watching on LinkedIn or Facebook, in the description, I've got that same Linktree link there for you. Perfect at ease. Also, as a reminder, from last week's show, David Blanco's deal till the end of the month, this is still valid. Get on over to blancocigars.com, and when you check out, use promo code 505Nation, and that will save 15% off your order. As well, if you spend more than $75, you're also going to get free shipping. There are some restrictions that do apply to that. There are some products on there that he has already discounted for this 2-week period, so the promo code won't work. But if you wanted to pick up that Cigar Obsession sampler and the Blanco sampler, and you use that promo code, that's $80 right there, and you get the free shipping. So go take advantage of that great, gracious deal David Blanco threw out at us last week. And again, that's promo code 505Nation when you check out. Tonight, I'm excited for my guest. This is a multi-talented gentleman, content creator, hosts 2 podcasts, one the Herfador and the other the Lounge, with our sexually challenged friend Chevalier out there. And he has his own cigar line, up and coming brand, working on it. But knowing this man, I know that brand's definitely going to be successful. It's the Herfador Lounge cigar, and I'm talking about you may know him as Ray True Life, Ray Watson from the Herfador. Welcome, gentlemen, or sir. Sorry, thought we had our sexually challenged friend Chevalier there.
I'm not big enough for you to call me gentleman. I'm not big enough for that. What's going on, man? Thank you for having me. Thanks for having me.
Man, I appreciate you coming on. Welcome. So I'll hand it over to you while I attempt to light a cigar and introduce yourself to the people out there.
All right. I am Ray Watson, Ray True Life on Instagram. I am the host of the Herfador Lounge. It is on YouTube. I am also one half of the host of the Lounge Show with me and my brother Chevalier, that we talk about topics ranging from mental health to participation trophies. We talk about everything. I also have a cigar line that I'm working on. It is coming out. It is called the Herfador Lounge Cigars. I have 2 offerings that are pretty much ready. It's not all the way out yet, but pretty much ready. I have the Signature, which is a Maduro wrapper, but a medium smoke. It's going to pair well with just about everything that you drink it with. I've had it with rum. I've had it with whiskey. I've had it with water. I've had it with sweet tea. I've had it with Coke. It pairs well with everything. A great all day, any time of the day smoke. And the other one is the Saint. The Saint is a Maduro. It's triple Lajero. It's a full body, full power, crazy transition cigar. It's named after my lab retriever that passed away 4 years ago. His name was Saint. So naturally, naming it after my retriever, he had a crazy personality. So the transitions in the Saint are crazy. They flip about every half inch. The transition is going to flip. So when it's ready for the world, Daniel, you'll be probably the second person to know.
That's awesome. What made you want to move forward with a brand line? You know, being successful on the hosting and podcasting side. What made you go, I want to try my hand at blending and coming out with a blend or a brand?
Oh man, I love cigars, man. I love cigars, and I wanted to have my own. I wanted to put my stamp on the cigar world. It's, to me, at that point, it would be nothing better for me to say I have my own blend. I have my own brand, something that I put together that I want to smoke, that I can always have, and that I can share with the world. A little bit of piece of my chaotic mind, and share that with the world.
All right. Well, I mean, it makes sense, out there to leave a lasting stamp, a memory out there that
Right.
when you're smoking, well, I don't know how many people want you on their mind, but
I
they'll
mean,
at least be thinking of you while they're smoking it.
I mean, yeah, man. It's something that I have wanted for a long time. Once I really got into cigars, once I got past the casually smoking cigars and really got into just learning about cigars, I really wanted to have my own blends, and I was blessed to be able to get that. So,
Now, and you were, working. You've been around for a while, so you've definitely had contacts that you could go to for help with the blending and manufacturing. Were those what you utilized out there, or did you kind of go into it blind?
oh no, definitely, I reached out to everybody that I knew who I had a personal relationship with, who was in that arena, who had their own blends and who had, um, and then I had to, go through finding. Okay, so I don't want a white label. Finding out what that was and say, okay, that's not what I want to do. So I want to have my own actual blend, not just have my name on a cigar. So I had to find someone else, find someone else, and I found that person who would really just opened up his mind and let me just learn everything that I needed to learn about it. And in order to be able to get the blends together.
And it's a lot harder process than what it seems like it would be when you
Oh, it's
really break it
definitely a
down.
hard process.
As when you're a consumer, you don't realize the details and the process that it goes through just to get to the point where you're like, okay, now what? Well, now but we're not even making cigars yet. Yeah,
Yeah,
we still got about 40 more steps to go through before
right.
we touch that.
Definitely, definitely. It's a lot to go through, paperwork and blends and learning about what tobacco goes with what tobacco, where it comes from, and picking the size, picking the different leaves, different you know flavor profiles, figuring out what flavor profile I want, and then what leaves are going to get me that flavor profile. You know, on top of again the paperwork and the money that you have to have to be able to get this done.
It's
But if you got
expensive.
it is, it is. But if you've got a good enough mentor, they can help you through the way, and I'm thankful for my mentor. He was able to help me through the entire process to getting everything up until their cigars are ready, and I'm handing them out to people to try them, and people are enjoying them. As far
That's
as I
good.
know, people are enjoying them. I haven't got a bad review yet. So,
On a transition over a bit more to the podcasting side of things, where did that inspiration come for the Herfador to want to sit down and really kind of dig deeper into people's people's lives outside of the industry?
well, the Herfador came. I was actually a part of another podcast that didn't work out. And so in that podcast, I was creating a segment that I was going to call the Herfador, where I sat and talked to entrepreneurs for about 10 minutes. That podcast didn't work out, but I already had guests lined up. So I had to jump on out there. Um, but in doing two, the first two interviews, I really, I really found a passion for it. for learning about the person behind the product, because you never know what somebody has gone through, and you don't know what somebody who's sitting there watching may be going through or what point they're at, you know, and to learn about the process of someone deciding to do something and then going through from the beginning to bringing it to fruition, and the ups and downs and the struggles that they've had, the triumphs that they've had, and to see them where they are, you know, and to hear them tell their story, it gives me a greater appreciation for their hustle and for the product itself.
I agree, and you've had some great interviews out there, and take it. I like how you really move. Yeah, we're talking about the cigars, but really breaking down the person that's behind that. Everybody has that favorite brand or blender or manufacturer that they like, and to really get into a side of them that is rarely seen or talked about, because ultimately everything they do is stuck on it's all about the stick. And for you to
Right.
break that down to the trials and tribulations of life, or growing up where they grew up, and how they came out or rised above it, I love it. And I think that's why I really enjoy watching your kind of one-on-one interviews with a
I
lot of these
appreciate
people, because you bring more of a humanization to these people that are really looked at on a different level for people within the industry.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. And that's one of the the reasons behind it, man, is so that, you can, instead of, you put people on a pedestal sometimes, like when they do the entire uh when they have whatever their product is, we put them on a pedestal. Oh, you must have, maybe you got a settlement, or you must have, worked really hard for that. But when you sit and talk with them and you break them down to the human, and now it's a human to human conversation, you get to see the person for who they actually are, and I think that adds to the brand, whatever that brand may be.
I agree. And Chris, part of the reason why he's a big fan of Black Star Line, they're great cigars, and Eric is awesome. And yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. Eric's such a great dude. He's a guy that any event that I'm at, he always invites me to come and be really part of that family that he has built at Black Star Line with himself and Cliff and Brat and Mimi out there.
yeah,
I don't work for him, but he's just that kind of guy, and he's super cool like that. So I agree. I agree that you've taken them off that pedestal and you're putting them in a very vulnerable situation where
right,
they're and where they open up and really break down their life. And I'm a guy who loves storytelling, and you do a great job in that storytelling aspect. Just like I like to know kind of the history and background behind the cigar, because to me that's an added feature to the enjoyment factor, is when I can figure out, when I know why was this cigar created. The blend was created for this. It was named for this. And it's an added enjoyment factor, but also seeing how you've taken somebody who's very vulnerable and opened them up, and really showed everybody that, yeah, they may be held onto a pedestal within the community itself, but they're just like you and me.
right, right. Yeah, man, that's one of the great things about it, and it's great to see, um having these conversations with people. Some of them I've never met before, reaching out to them for the show, and to watch that wall come down. In the beginning they're real professional, and by the end we're laughing and joking like we've known each other forever. You know.
That's the power of the leaf, though,
Yeah, yeah,
is that it so many times brings a lot of people together that you just met an hour ago, but you really feel like you've spent your whole life with them and you've known them forever.
right,
And
right.
that's just that power that it brings. And I think that's
Yeah,
why I've always felt that we're of all the social communities that are out there, I always think that we're the best because of this. Because you can
Yeah.
just randomly meet somebody and talk
Yeah.
and immediately develop that connection with somebody that you just met. You just sat down at a table at a lounge somewhere, and all of a sudden you just know their entire life story, and you know theirs
Exactly.
and out.
Exactly. And it takes nothing so much as to say what you smoking, and now you have an hour-long conversation on everything under the sun after asking a simple question. And it takes people's guard down quite a bit. And that's one of the things I love about the Fellowship of Cigars, because it takes that guard down because we're all relaxed, while we're enjoying the cigar, you're relaxed. So let's talk about something,
Yeah,
you know.
it does. I've had some of the most unique and some of my favorite conversations I've ever had with people sitting at a lounge. It's just like that was such a crazy conversation, but man, like that guy was cool. It was like,
Yeah,
wow, I
yeah.
would have never have met him if I didn't go there.
Turns out he's a senator somewhere that you would have never met anywhere else.
I tend to attract a lot of the white collared people out there tend to be like when I talk because I'm blue collared, and it's a
Hmm.
side of life that they're not akin to. They couldn't
Right.
they know themselves they would never be cut out to do manual labor, but
Yeah.
they always seem to ask me and talk to me and really want to know more about like blue collared life. And
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, I guess I've never understood why. I'm like, I don't think it's all that interesting. But when you've kind of grown up and you live a certain lifestyle, there's always that curiosity about, somebody who
Yeah.
busts their ass every day for 12, 14 hours, grinding it out.
Exactly. Exactly. You just want to know about the other side. Something that you don't. You got curiosity. So I mean, and again, we're sitting here, so why not ask? We're
Yeah.
relaxed. Our guard is down because we're relaxed, enjoying the cigar, probably having a libation with it. But other than that, we just hanging out. Let's have a conversation about something
I,
rather than sit here staring at each other, wondering
I,
what you're smoking, what you're
I
thinking
know
about.
I could never do a white collar job. No way. I couldn't do that. I
You
want
don't
to
know.
be,
You might be able to.
it's like, yeah, but I want to like get my hands dirty because that's just how I'm like wired. I'd want to get in there. It's
Yeah.
like, no, we got people for that. I'm like, yeah, well, I want to be that people. That's who I want to be.
Yeah. 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 I get it. It's a fine. I'll do it myself type of mentality. I want to get out there and get the work done so that I can feel accomplished at the end of the day. I've done something. You know.
Yeah, there's just that there is that sense of accomplishment out there. And correct,
Mhm.
Stefania, cigars are the equalizer in those situations.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
It brings us about. And so, moving on, you have your second show that you do on Wednesday nights with Chevalier. They're the lounge, which really takes a different spin to what you do over on the Herfador, where the Herfador is more one-on-one, breaking down the person individually and humanizing them. The lounge is more of social content out there
Yeah.
about what's going on community-wise, what's going on worldwide,
Right.
and bringing those issues up and having really fantastic conversations where when a lot of people get really worked up about a lot of social commentary out there,
Yeah.
and you guys do such a great job, both you and Chevalier, and in keeping everybody on that same path. And there's no disrespect out of anybody, whether they agree or disagree with how the conversation or topic's going. But you
Yeah.
keep everybody on that same page and really bring up a lot of great issues there from being a man, mental health issues with men, to how do treating a woman and raising your kids, you
Yeah.
know, to, you know, all out there. Was that kind of the idea behind that show with Chevalier?
Yeah, so the lounge, man, it all came about one Friday night. I was home alone. Chevalier was home alone. We were on the phone. We talked for maybe 5 hours one Friday night, 5, 6 hours one Friday night. And then at the end of that conversation, maybe at hour five, I said, you know what? We need to have this conversation. There are other people that need to hear these things. So then we spent that last hour coming up with it. And 2 weeks later, we started off going live on Instagram. And that has definitely been the reason and the idea for it is to have those types of conversations in a place that's safe for everyone. To have these conversations, you can come and be vulnerable, and we hold each other accountable to things. And we talk about one thing we stay away from is the hot topics, because there are a lot of people that's touching those. So we really don't try to touch too many of the hot topics. We try to go a little bit deeper to get people to think a little bit more and open up a little bit more, so that we can all be better community wise. And that was the some nights we just get on there and joke all night, but that's a great release for some time. So that was definitely the point behind it.
It's a great show. It I could say, like I'm an avid watcher every Wednesday night of the show, because I'm a fan of both you and Chevalier. First off, and I'm there wanting to support you guys because you guys have always been there to support. You guys have always been there and supported me, and
Definitely.
so I want to show up and throw my support and out there. But I've also learned a lot about me as a person and me as a man by watching the show and really getting a unique insight with some of the women you have on the show and what and issues that they've faced or they're going through, and really the responses, because I think that it touches a lot of what everybody in general goes through.
Yeah, that's one of the things we started it off, being a safe space for men to talk, and focusing on men's issues. And we realized that we had a lot of women watching the show and in the comments participating. And like, okay, they have a lot to say. They're going through things too. Let's bring women into conversation. And so we did that, and it just opened up to a whole nother world, of just getting both sides of everything that happened. Every conversation, every topic, we get both sides of it, and it's helped a lot of people. It's helped a lot of people.
Um, you know, you haven't helped Chevalier with his ability to dress himself. That's been
Nah, he's still wearing them skin tight shirts. We got to get him off them mediums.
mediums, rating his wife's closet, wearing his wife's
We got to get him.
pants.
Yeah, we got to get him to shop in the men's section for some jeans. We got to get him to shop in the men's section.
His alligator steppers with no shoes. I'm like, come on, bro.
Yeah, once a month he gonna come out there with the shirt that's cutting off the circulation to his forearms.
I know. And I looked at him. I'm like, man. I'm like, I saw him on one a couple weeks ago, and I was just like, bro, are you wearing normal size clothes, or have you just put on some weight and it just looks normal?
That's what happened, because he was off work for a while, out there twerking on top of the truck and broke his leg.
He broke his stick, and then all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, he couldn't be out there working out to going so he can tell me, well, I'm 56 years old.
Yeah, every he always, well, I'm 56, or I'm just a guy from Gary, Indiana. Every show he's got to say that. So
yeah. What's up, Mr. Miller? Good to see you. Yes, yeah, he does. He has to bring that up. Surprisingly, where's he at to support his best friend?
I have no idea where he is, but I know he's probably inside somewhere up under a heater. But last night, he sent me a video last night. He went to a Boney James concert. And you know how he feels about Boney James.
Oh, yes.
So he's probably still cleaning himself up after going to that concert.
I saw the pictures, and he's just like, I got to go, and I took my mom. I'm like, really? Your mom got to see you get all worked up like that in person?
Yeah, he ain't himself right now. So
Yeah, yeah, good job. Way to support your best friend, buddy. Yeah.
yeah, wait till I'm gonna call him and I'm gonna tell him too.
It's like, where were you? He'll show
Yeah,
he'll show
man,
he'll
wait.
show up with like 5 minutes left and go, oh, I thought it was at a different time.
Yeah, that's what he'll do. He either gonna say he thought it was a different time, or when I call him, he won't answer, and I have to talk to him tomorrow, and he's gonna say, "Man, you know, uh, I was at the Boney James concert, man, and I just fainted, and I was out all day." So
uh, so we're with both the shows.
mhm.
I consider both the shows to be very highly successful out there. But are they where you expected them to be now? You know, breaking things down a couple years later.
um, no, they're not. And the Herfador, it's kind of my fault. Uh, I thought that I was gonna have a deal with the streaming network for my show. And so, went through everything, signed a contract. I started filming for the show. And then it just didn't pan out the way that I thought it was going to pan out. So they had, under the contract, they had the rights to the show for a year. So I didn't release any shows or do any shows for a year until that contract ran out. Um, Once that contract ran out, I put out the 4 shows that I had recorded for it. And now I'm gearing up for the next to what's essentially going to be the second half of season 3, but I'm probably going to start releasing more shows early March. I'm getting my guest list together for that, so that's going to be coming, and I'm going to lean into that really hard early March. But it's not where I thought that it would be by now. But again, that's my fault. Um, the lounge, uh, the lounge. I think the lounge has grown to a point where I did not know that it could go. Um, because one of the things that I don't do when we go live is look at the numbers of how many people are watching. Um, I
It's a
stopped
lot.
doing that.
It's a
Yeah,
lot.
but I stopped looking at the numbers like while we're live of how many people are watching. But because people who I don't see them on when we're live, they're talking about it, and I don't even know who you are, but they've watched the show, so they go back and they watch it. Um, and if they don't watch it, somebody shows it to them. So somebody might actually watch the show 7 times, but they're just showing different people and they're telling different people. So people who I don't even know about the show. So it's growing. And the thing about the lounge is I wanted it to be organic. I didn't want to go out and try to get a whole bunch of different, uh, do a whole bunch of advertising and all of these different things. I just wanted it to be organic growth because I want the people who watch to be the people who watch. You know what I mean? If you watch it, then you watch it. It's for you. If you see it, then it's for you. Um, this year we are going to do a little bit more advertising, uh, or promotion, not advertising, but promotion, just to get it out a little bit more. But it's growing faster than I thought it would. Let me say that it's growing faster than I thought it would in a way, but different from how I thought it would grow. If that makes sense.
No, it makes total sense, and I think it's I think that a a socially cultured show that is kind of cigar centric, but more focused on the social commentary, is something that is different and unique because there's no other show that I'm aware of like it. Now, there are people who will go live on Instagram and have those conversations, but to have a
Mhm.
weekly show like that, there's not one out there. And I think that's the appeal to that show, which is you have real people coming on telling their stories, real people being vulnerable there, opening up and really getting
We do have
feedback.
copycats.
Yeah,
We
well,
do.
that
We
means
do
you're
have. We have two copycats. So
doing
that
something
was,
right.
yeah. To me, that was like, oh yeah, that's yeah. We doing right. We got two copycats out there who have since changed their uh their premise. They've changed the way that they do it because people have told me that yeah, they tried it and it didn't work. It's not the same, you
Yeah,
know.
because it
And
doesn't work. It's that Nate. It's that chemistry you and Chevalier have. It's that chemistry which makes that show work and run out there. It's the same thing when
yeah,
somebody tried taking try and copy the Tuesday night show. It just
hmm,
didn't work because Brandy and I have a certain chemistry and how
right,
we run that show that it's just not the same. You can do that all you want all day long, but at the end of the day, it's not going to be anything like what Brandy and I do. And
exactly,
but
exactly.
I'm honored that you felt that you could
Oh
copy
yeah, I feel.
what
Oh yeah,
what we
thank
made
you so much.
successful. Thank you. Yes,
Yeah,
thank
thank
you
you
for
so
taking
much
what
for
we made
doing that.
successful. Yeah,
Because then what happens is people tell you, people, because people will come back until I've had three people tell me that somebody said to them, uh, "Oh man, these other people have a show, right?" And they'll come back and told them, "Man, you should go check out these guys and see and try and do it like them." And I'm like, "Who is this person telling you to check out our show and do it like us? I don't know them, but thank
I
you."
don't exactly. Yeah, you can't do it. It's that nature and that chemistry is what makes it work. And really, you guys were like the first, and
Yeah,
you know the way that the respect that I love the respect that's shown to everybody on there when somebody is opening up and somebody's being vulnerable, and whether it's people in the audience that are responding to that or whomever you have on the show responding to that, there's just that respect of, hey, you know what, thank you, let's discuss this. What can we
yeah,
help this guy, can we help this woman, how can
right, right.
this is what's going on, because everybody, whether you've gone through that situation or not, somebody has, and somebody knows how they can provide assistance or
Yeah,
help or
yeah,
give you the words that you're looking for.
definitely, man. One of my favorite shows. We saved a life on our show one night. Um, we were talking about uh, suicide, and the young lady was talking in the third person about she had a friend that was thinking about it and running down the reasons, and then after about 20 minutes of us focusing on her, while she was in the comments, we were focusing on her. We found out that it was actually her, who was going to. Matter of fact, that night she was going to do it, and she just happened to stumble across our show. She followed somebody who followed us and saw that they were live on the show with us, and we brought in Sarah, who had gone through, whose life story should be a movie. We brought her in, and we just let her go ahead and help her out, and then we talked with her, and man, and we literally saved her life. And she watches the show. She still reaches out, you know, and that we saved her life that night, and that's one of my favorite shows, and that's the reason why we won't ever stop the show, whether we have one viewer or whether we have a million viewers. We're going to continue to do the show.
Okay, that was an emotional night. I was watching that show.
Hmm.
That was a very emotional night, and
Yeah.
I think reaching out to Sarah, who's an amazing woman, if
Yeah.
it, that she really provided such a deep insight and sharing her story and really walking her off that ledge.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you didn't watch that show, I mean, it was very emotional.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really hit home, especially if you were somebody who's going through something, or family members or friends going through something. That was a show that if you missed it, it was tough to watch, but I think it was a must watch, a needed watch.
Yeah. Yeah. I do. It was a tough watch. It was a tough to host and tough to be on that one. You know, and once you know she really came out and said it was her. It was like, okay, yeah, no, we gotta pause. Everything else is on the back burner. We gotta focus on this. You know, so because that's something that's real near and dear to me. That topic right there. You know, so I've definitely anytime that comes up, it's time to focus on it.
Yes, yes, and I think you guys handled it perfectly, and you know,
Thank you.
yeah, that's what you guys do. You guys are here to heal the community and to
That's
bring the
that. I
community
like
together.
that.
Yeah,
I like that.
that's the way I look at it.
I'm gonna throw that in. I'm gonna throw that in the bio on Instagram. We here to
You
heal
are.
the community.
You guys are here to
I'm
heal
throwing that in there.
I feel after a lot of the shows, I do feel a bit of a cleanse. I feel a bit
Hmm.
healed, especially when you guys dig in on topics or conversations that I'm kind of going through at the moment too.
Hmm.
And I feel a bit of a cleanse afterwards. I feel better. There's that healing factor of yeah. That's
Yeah, yeah.
they're right about this.
Like I'm not alone
I can't
in
let this
dealing with
drag me down. This can't define me of who I
it. Right.
am. That's what I think is so great about the show. It's totally different. And those of you who are watching now, it may or may not be for you. It is a lot of social commentary. It is a lot of people opening up, a lot of people being vulnerable out there. But it's something that will make you think whether you're going through a certain situation or not, or things that may affect you or your life or your family. It at least makes you think.
Right. Right.
And every show's great. Whether it's a full round show like when you guys had me on, it wasn't anything. No serious show. It was just the three of us fucking around.
Yeah. Yeah.
For
Yeah. We
an
do
hour.
that. We do that every so often. We do that. We have those shows where we just
I was all prepared. They'll be like, okay, to open up and be, okay.
you came on the wrong one.
No, we're just gonna fuck around for 90 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, we getting some heavy topics together for when we start back up. Probably late February or early March. We're on our holiday hiatus right now. We normally end right after Thanksgiving, and we come back mid to late February, just to relax for a second because it's work. It's work, and like you said, sometimes those topics weigh on you. But we coming with some heat for this next when we start back up.
That's good.
No pun intended, because we're sitting out here in the tundra. Man, it's cold. Yeah, we got snow in Texas.
I'm the one who's in the tundra.
Yeah, you in the tundra. You're definitely in the tundra, but I'm a tropical people, and it's snowing right now in Texas, right outside of Houston.
Oh no!
It is
everything's
snowing.
going to be shut. 3 flakes of snow fell in Texas. We got to shut the state down.
It is snowing right now. This is
which means
I'm sitting out here freezing, talking to you.
Which means my orders I got to place tomorrow aren't going to ship.
Well,
no.
Well, Texas definitely gonna shut down. Houston is shut down. 3 flakes of snow. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
It is. In Texas is like
Long as the
no,
power grid hold up this time, we'd be all right.
that's right. Yeah. Oh no, 3 foot. Yeah, no. Yeah. Nope. I had
Whew.
3 feet. I had 3 feet of snow, and I still had to find a way to get to work.
Oh no, see, that's why I can't live there. 3 feet of snow, that's a sick day. That's a sick day.
I,
I
you
can't
know,
do that.
it's only -20 right now. So
Did you really just sit here and say only -20?
it's only -20.
Yeah, no, that's crazy as hell. Don't say that no more. Don't
You
say
know,
that ever again.
it's only -20.
While you're
I
sitting
got a
there
goose down
wrapped
blanket.
up
I
in
got
the
a space heater. You know,
while
I
you sitting there in, in that goose down blanket,
that's right.
mittens.
It's what I do for you, the people out there, to bring you comfort. I could have I could have set up shop in my office tonight and been warm and comfy.
Yeah.
Never been able to smoke, but I would have been warm and comfy. But I was like, no, I got to get a smoke in. It's been a few days. It's been too cold to smoke, and I'm like, I'm gonna brave it. You know, probably
It's
stupid, but I'm
it's
gonna do
been too cold to smoke, but you're smoking now. So what has it been?
it. So it's been yesterday. It topped out at 3 degrees.
What?
Yeah.
That don't even sound. That don't make sense to me.
Just
That don't even make sense.
gotta make it to Tuesday. Tuesday, that warm front comes in. It'll be in the 30s. You know,
The warm front.
just gotta just gotta make it through tomorrow. After tomorrow, this warm front comes in the
The warm front.
30s.
Warm front in the 30s, huh? Yeah. Okay.
That's what it is.
I don't know. I don't know how y'all do it out there. Shoveling snow, you can keep that shit. Mm-mm,
Yeah,
mm-mm.
I was out at 5:45 this morning shoveling snow.
Nah, damn that. I'm gonna need. If I live somewhere like that, I definitely need a work from home job. I definitely got to work from home if I live somewhere where where it snowed like that. Cause ain't no
I
way.
I hate it. I don't like. Look, I'm from the desert. You know, I'm not used. Even though I've been up here now since 2015, so almost 10 years, I've been
Oh,
up
you
here.
should be used to it by now.
I'm still not used to it because I'm used to that. I'm so used. I spent my whole life in the desert.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Well, I
know, so
guess.
my body's been acclimated. Like I talk about here, I'm like, man, it's too humid, and people are like, humid. It's only like 20%. I'm like, yeah, I can feel it because my body and my skin is is geared towards that like 3 to 5% humidity in the desert. So
I would love 20% humidity.
I feel that 20%. Like I'm like, look, my arm's moist.
I would love 20% humidity. Being
Oh,
from New Orleans, man, I would love 20% humidity instead of 50 and 60 and 75.
it's unbearable.
While
There's
it's
just some
while it's also 103.
that deep south of the United States is unbearable in the summer, as is
Mhm.
the northern part of Minnesota and Wisconsin and Michigan in the summer. It's unbearable there too. It's no matter where it's just like there you go. It's 100 degrees and
Yeah,
80% humidity.
yeah, that's terrible. You open the door and you start sweating.
You walk in, sorry, the moisture in the air is trying to choke you.
Yeah, and it feels like you're trying to breathe underwater. It is terrible. But imagine that, and then your air conditioning your car going out.
Oh. Now I had Mexican AC in my truck for a long time in the desert. I just I roll down a window and just be like,
And go fast.
oh, that's right. Yeah, it's 110. Yeah, whatever.
My my dad used to call that 440 air conditioning. 4 windows down, over 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, you just got I got used to it for years. I just got used to it. I'm just like, whatevs.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know about that. I didn't, man. One summer, my air conditioner went out in my car. It was terrible. Oh, because there is no way to get comfortable. No way to get comfortable. You got to have a change of clothes everywhere you go. People think you got a whole bag in your car, in your trunk. I don't have. Why? I'm not carrying these clothes because I'm doing nothing. I got these clothes because I'm sweating through my drawers in 6 minutes.
Yeah, it's a different lifestyle. I'll definitely take the desert, the drier, the west climate any day over the south climate.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
it's cold. You know, look, it's cold. If it hits -40 and it snows, that's not snow. That's dry ice. It's basically the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere falling back down. It's CO2.
Because it's too cold for it. So
it's too cold for any sort of moisture to fall. It's just carbon dioxide that's freezing.
Yeah, and see, when the carbon dioxide just freezes, that's way too cold for me. Way too cold. I can't do that.
It's very uncomfortable because
Mm-hmm.
nobody likes to be cold unless you're a husky. If you're a husky dog, you love it. But
Right.
nobody likes that cold, and I don't like to be cold. And
I mean, I'd rather the cold than the heat, though, because you can always warm up.
I'd rather have the heat.
Well, I like the cold because I can always warm up, but you can't. If it's too hot, you can never cool down enough unless you got air conditioning.
Hey, you just gotta drink more liquids.
Yeah, but in 80% humidity, the liquids is coming right back out.
No, the liquids don't do anything for you. It just
you
comes
gotta
right
have a water IV. Yeah, you gotta have a water IV. It's crazy.
Yeah, it just comes right back out again. Yeah, it is unbearable right now. Right now, it is -11 with 52% humidity.
Damn, that's crazy.
It's cold.
That's beyond cold. That's beyond cold. It's only 34 here.
I take it.
We only got
34 tomorrow, and then 25 on Wednesday, 25 on Thursday, 40 on Friday, and then back into the teens.
Well, that's crazy. We up at 55 on Friday, and we back in the 60s on about a weekend.
Oh man. 60,
we back in the 60s.
Short weather. 60s are. I'm in shorts if it's in the 60s.
You in shorts and flip flops.
It's like I know. People I
walk outside. Oh, it's so hot, man.
People I work with, after I got this promotion, and so the new guys I worked with, I'm rolling now. It's like 25, 30 in the morning when I'm rolling into work. But I'm rolling into work with a hoodie and shorts on, and they're like, "It's cold." I'm like, "Nah, it's gonna be like 63 today. That's the perfect hoodie and short weather."
Yeah, well, in Texas, once it dropped below 60, that's a wrap. It's too cold. It's officially too cold in Texas.
Yeah, well, unless you live in that panhandle of Texas, if anything below 60 is we got to shut down everything. The end of
winter cold weather. Yeah, that panhandle, they get tore up every winter. But normally we have a week or two of the 60s and the 50s, a day or two in the 30s, and we back in the 70s.
I
wearing shorts on Christmas.
Like that, which is One reason why I'm glad with PCA being in New Orleans, it's in April.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's like one of the 3 tolerable months to be in Louisiana.
You're right about that. It's gonna be rainy.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it being
You're gonna
rain.
have it's gonna rain in the afternoon every day. But at that month, it's gonna be comfortable.
It's gonna be fine. That's the only bright side in that. I'm like, good. Glad they're not doing March because you know, my, April's like the perfect month. It'll be nice. It'll be in the
April is the
mid
perfect month.
70s. It'll be nice. It's not gonna be humid. It's like you're like right in between the two seasons of
Yeah,
it. You know,
yeah,
hot and miserable, or cold and miserable.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the perfect month. And April. In May, you don't know what's gonna happen in May. And if they have it in the summer, it don't even matter.
No, it doesn't.
You can't even. It's
I was
it's
down
almost
there last
impossible
time.
to smoke a cigar outside in the summer. There, it's
It
crazy
was.
to try to smoke a cigar.
I was there last time. It was in New Orleans, and it was in June. It
Hmm.
was at the end of June, and it
Oh, that's
was
terrible.
it was miserable.
That's terrible.
It was miserable, and I'm like, I'm never gonna come back here if they have it again in the summer. No, I'm not.
No, because it's like 103 every day. And if
It's just,
the temperature's not 103, the humidity is 103.
yes, it was just a miserable time because the
Yeah,
moment you walk out of the convention center, you're just like, ugh.
sweat. Yeah, and it's that icky. Is
Yes, it's that icky sweat. It's like
You
you
got to
go back
take a shower every 6 minutes.
you go back to the hotel and you take a shower, and their shower's good till you walk out of the hotel again.
Right, right. And you better make sure your pores close up, because if not, once you hit the hallway of the hotel, you're gonna sweat. Because
Yeah,
that's yeah.
yeah. I
Summers
said
summers in New Orleans.
I'm never doing it again if they have it here in the summer.
Yeah, yeah. They picked the perfect month, the
Yeah, I
perfect
thought so
time
too.
of the perfect month.
I thought so too. I thought April was a good month to do it in. So
Hmm.
not figuring on now. My only downside is trying to find a place to stay. I can't
Oh
believe how
yeah,
expensive shit is.
oh yeah. I mean, New Orleans is known for jacking up prices when something is coming. So
Well,
you'd have to get it before they knew how big PCA was going to be.
Well, it's not, and it's not even that. Taylor Swift is in town
I
for
just
a
was about to say that. I just was about
yeah.
to say that.
So that's like why everything. I don't think it would be. It's not because of PCA being there. It's because Tay Tay is in town for 2 nights.
Yeah, yeah. That's what that too. That's definitely going to jack the prices up.
Yeah. So I don't know. I've been looking at like Airbnbs and trying to get a few people who are going if they want to just get in on an Airbnb.
Hmm.
You
That'll be
know,
the best bet. That'll probably
yeah,
be your best bet, because
try
hotels
and
go
find
price
something
guide.
that's got like 4 rooms and just be like, look, we could split this 4 ways.
Yeah,
It'd be
and you could
significantly cheaper.
look like look outside, like right outside of New Orleans, looking like Metairie, uh, looking Algiers, and it might be better there. It's not a long drive at all. So nothing is far in New Orleans. 15 minutes and you're anywhere.
It's the last time I was there was 2016.
Uh huh.
So it's been a while since I've been there. But that was the year I said I'm never coming back again.
Well,
If
it's
this is what
changed
they're
since
going to
then.
do.
It's definitely changed since then.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm
It's
sure
a
it has.
lot more man bun restaurants out there. Yeah, it's a lot more of those guys, the authentic New Orleans cuisine, but they got a man bun and they're from Seattle, and
Oh,
and
you,
they're
oh,
making
yeah, yeah. You
gumbo
from the
that looks
south?
like chili.
Yeah,
Gumbo looks like chili.
Oh, yeah, white.
It's authentic. A po' boy with 3 pieces of shrimp on it.
Mm. That's because that's what I want when I travel. I want to go to, you know, no, no. When I
Right.
find that when I travel, I always look at the reviews and I go to the places white people hate because I know that's the food I want. That means that food's good. I always look. I do. I'm like, I'm like, I'm like, oh man, white people are trashing this place. That's where I'm going.
That's the one I need.
That's what I need. That,
It's too spicy. The
that's what I did.
ambiance wasn't great. The
So
service was terrible.
I did that in Kansas City. When in Kansas City, I'm like, well, when you're, when in Rome, it's like, oh, I got to get barbecue,
Mhm.
So I started looking. I was like looking for places, and I found this one place, and I go, okay, white people don't like this place at all. Let me call an Uber up and head over there, and I did.
Delicious.
I did, and I'm like, all right, I see it, and I sat down, and the food was fantastic.
I've never thought of that.
It is. Look, we can be honest. White people don't know shit about food. All right, you don't know shit. All right, so you, know, you don't know. I mean,
I tell you what, that's something that I'm going to implement when I
when
travel.
traveling, yeah, that's
Check
what I
the
do.
reviews. Check the reviews, and the one that has the most hated reviews by white people. Check it out.
Check it out because white people don't know shit. So I was just like, that's what I do. And the lady who owned the barbecue joint, she's like, how'd you find out? And I told her that. I go, I looked for the place that the white people said was bad because I knew it was going to be good.
Yeah.
And she laughed. I go, look, I'm from New Mexico, and I don't eat at all the tourist places that the white people who want the New Mexico experience go to. I go to
Right.
local. I go to places that I know got good food that don't cater to the tourists.
Exactly.
I go and I go, look, I'm here in Kansas City. You got to get Kansas City barbecue. I go, I wanted to go to a place that was going to have banging barbecue. And if white people don't like your barbecue, that means that barbecue is damn good.
Yeah. I'm definitely implementing that in my travel. I'm definitely going to implement that strategy. I've never thought of that.
9 out of 10 times it works. I use it all the time. I'm just like, if you're traveling someplace and you want to try local cuisine, local fare that you can't get where you're from, or
Right.
is known for something. It's like,
Yeah.
well, wait, you could ask people, but you know that a concierge at a hotel is going to push you to some
the most
or to a
touristy spot.
place. Now I want to
Yeah.
go to a local. I want to go to the where do the locals go? That's where I want to go.
Right. That's where you're going to get the best experience
That's where you
of
can
the
get
food.
the best experience and the best food.
Yeah.
And I want
Because if a place is known for it, then the touristy places are definitely just trying to take advantage of it, which is why I talk about the man bun restaurants in New Orleans who are trying to have po' boys with Asian and Mexican fusion po' boys. I'm like, okay, come on, man, give me some Leidenheimer bread, throw some shrimp on there, fry some shrimp, throw it on there, give me some lettuce, tomatoes, and some hot sauce, and call it a day. It don't need to have a special aioli. And come on, man, that's not what it is. That's not what a po' boy is.
like when I go to Texas, I want to eat at a steak. I want steak because that's what
Mhm.
Texas is known for. I don't need anything, but Texans are so in their mind. Everything they do is the best. They're the best at everything that they do. It's like, oh,
That
we're
is
gonna.
true.
They do.
Yeah, that's how
Because
they definitely feel that way.
so last time when I was in Houston last time, and I met up with my buddy, and I go, well, where are we eating? And he goes, oh yeah, we're gonna go get Cajun food. I'm like, in Texas? He's like, yeah, it's the best Cajun food ever. I go, no, I think Louisiana has that. Louisiana doesn't know how to do it right. We do it right in Texas. and I'm just
Wow.
like, you would say that because it's like, oh, you want Italian food? Oh, yeah, nobody does Italian food better than Texans do. We do it better than the Italians do it. All right, Mexican food? No, we do it better. No, you want to know what you've done? You've
That's so true.
Americanized Mexican food. All right,
That's so true. That is so true.
It's the truth because it's like, no, we do it better in Texas. We do it better. Doesn't matter. New York style pizza. No, we do New York better than New York does.
That is so true. So true. Oh man, that's so true. I'll tell you what. I know. Texas got good steaks. Texas can do steaks. They can't do Cajun food, Creole food, New Orleans food.
He's like, yeah, we're gonna get Cajun. I'm like, in Texas?
I don't want brisket gumbo.
And I'm just like, no, man. If I want Cajun food, I go to
Louisiana.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I don't come to Texas to get Cajun food. I come to Texas because I want a steak done right. It's what you guys do.
Right.
Not a Chevalier steak done well done.
No, yeah. Nobody wants a piece of tire, a piece of tire on your plate. You're trying to cut. You're trying to eat. He's sitting over there shaking the table, trying to cut that thick ass steak.
I told him. I said, I don't know how you haven't been arrested on a felony count of defaming beef by ordering. That's a felony in Texas, man. You're defaming beef by ordering it well done.
He claims he eats it medium now.
Medium now, and I don't believe him.
I haven't seen it yet.
As long as he's still wearing his wife's pants, he's not ordering the steak medium.
You're right. He's posted a picture, but I didn't see him eating it.
I didn't either. I didn't see the actual sear on the inside of that steak either.
Oh, man, Jim, really? You gonna throw that 59 at us like that?
Really, Manny?
Really? You gonna throw that at us? Oh man!
Wow!
You gonna throw that 69 degrees in here, boy? I wish it was 69 right now.
Yeah, it was. So yeah, that's what I got from my friend from Texas. That's where I came up with the concept that Texans do everything better. It's just like, no, we do everything better. It's like, oh yeah, no, our Mexican food is more authentic than what you're gonna get in Mexico. And I'm like, no, you've taken Mexican food and you've Americanized it by deep frying it. Nowhere else in the world would you go, you know what's good? A burrito. A burrito's delicious. You know what would make it better? If we deep fry it. And we call it a chimichanga. It's just like, oh yeah, I deep fried a burrito. Was, I don't know, some sort of chimichanga thing. Well, it's like, really? That doesn't even
when in doubt, throw it in the grease.
When in doubt, throw it in grease. Exactly. That is a Texans mentality for sure. When in doubt, grease it. When in doubt, throw it in the grease. Yeah, and I'm just like, yeah, no. I mean, it's either like he was going off one night about, the best tacos in the world come from San Antonio, and I'm like, no, they don't. He's like, yeah, better than any taco you'll get in California or Mexico. I'm like, I gotta tell you, I've had some of the best tacos in the world in California and Mexico. And I gotta tell you, I gotta tell you.
Yeah, I don't think you're beating them. I don't think you're gonna beat that.
Yeah, I don't think so. No, we do
that's
better.
Kind of impossible. That's impossible. You ain't gonna beat that. You ain't gonna beat it.
You could just name somebody. It's like, Antarctic food. Oh yeah, we do penguins and whales better than Antarctic.
We got the best. We got the best dolphin. We got the best dolphin you ever want to have.
Oh yeah. But that's Texas right there. Like they're so conceited on.
In a nutshell, yeah.
In a nutshell, if I got abducted by aliens and they go break down Texas, I'm like, better than you at everything, even if they're not.
Right.
That's the best way to put it. Yeah. Like they're so cocky about it. It's just like, oh yeah, it's the best New York pizza you're going to get, better than anything you'll get in New York.
Yeah. The best Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah, best Philly cheesesteak.
Oh, better than Philly.
Oh, no. We made the Philly cheesesteak what it is here in Texas.
Right. I can see that. I can see that coming from a but it's not going to be a Philly cheesesteak. It'll be a Philly cheesesteak, but with brisket.
With brisket and the hoagies, and the hoagie was deep fried.
Yeah, the hoagie was deep fried and jalapenos on it.
It's Southwestern.
But they put jalapenos on everything.
I know they do. That's why,
everything.
Like there was some place in Dallas I went, and they're like, "Do you want that Santa Fe style?" And I'm like, "What's Santa Fe style?" They're like, it's got a little bit of spice. I'm like, I grew up around Santa Fe, and I can tell you that's not what Santa Fe would be.
That's because it sounds Mexican, so they used
it. Of course it does. Hey, you want that Santa Fe
that
style?
because it sounds Mexican.
It just sounds because hey, we're just gonna put a little bit of jalapenos and some hot salsa on.
Jalapenos, some hot salsa, and some cilantro on top of it. That's Santa Fe style.
Yeah. So, but when I travel, I want the food where it's at.
Right.
Here now in northern Colorado and southern Wyoming, yeah, I want buffalo. That's what I want to eat. I want to eat buffalo because it's for.
I want to do one of those like food shows where you travel, but you go to the where you can go all over the place and try the real food. Like Andrew Zimmern or Anthony Bourdain. That's the kind of travel food show I want. I don't want to go to the high dollar restaurants. I don't care.
I don't want to do that.
Take me to the hole in the wall where Auntie Susie's been making this dish for 40 years.
Exactly. And the reason why those places get no love is because most people don't want to drive to that neighborhood or that side of town because it's not It's usually not the best or the safest. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'll go. If the food's good, I don't care.
All you got to do is mind your business. That's all you got to do. Mind your business. Eat your food. Tell them how much you love the food, and then leave. That's it.
But yeah, that was some of the best barbecue that I had in that place in Kansas City. And that lady brought me like a sampler of like everything on the menu to eat after we started talking.
Because you said what you said, and she wants you to tell people about it.
And I'm just like, dude, this was good. And then I tried to pay her, and she wouldn't take my money.
That's even better.
And I'm like, nah, I gotta pay you. That's like $100 in food. And she's like, nah, don't worry about it. And I was like, okay. But I left a $100 bill on the table anyway.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah.
Yeah. And she loved it, and they probably talk about that to this day.
It was good. So yes, that's my recommendation for any of you people out there. If you're traveling, do a Google search on restaurants that are native to the area you're at, and find the places white people don't like. And 9 out of 10 times, it will be the best food you've had.
I'm definitely doing that from now on. No more. Just searching restaurants near me. I'm gonna find the ones that the white people hate.
That's right. That's right. Got to get to it.
It's got it's got 3 stars. But all of the white people are giving it 1 star. Let's go.
Exactly, and it's like that's it. I'm like, that's the place, and that's where I'm gonna go. And I'm like, if you've got gotta get your priorities straight when you want local fare for wherever you're at or wherever you're traveling.
Right.
Well, you just gotta know that. Unless you're in Texas, then every place you eat is gonna be better than wherever.
better wherever. Yeah.
I am, but yeah.
Oh, it's the best sushi you ever had.
Yeah. Best we do barbecue. I'm like, yeah. I kind of like. I kind of like. I kind of like Carolina style barbecue or this kind of. Oh yeah, we do that here. We do it better than how they do it.
Yeah,
We,
yeah, we do it better than Carolina here. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. They they
that
they
is.
actually they actually stole it from us.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. No, we've mastered it. But
Yeah,
I do
yeah,
agree, I do agree that the outsiders do come in with their man buns and their ideas of this is how we do. We've made it better by adding fusion in, but it's still authentic to its core.
right. Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
If I'm going somewhere and they tell me to make a reservation on Toast, the Toast app, I'm leaving.
No,
I'm leaving. I don't. Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Get out of here.
no, no, and it's like, then that's the thing about going into New Orleans is there's a lot of places like that there that it's like you got to go with a local who knows. It's like no.
Right.
We're going down this alley, and then we're going up these fire escape, and then we're cutting across to another building, and it's going to be
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah. It's gonna be right there. It's gonna be the best food you ever had. Tell them. Tell them. Jay sent you. And they was like, "Oh, Jay."
Oh, Jay, yeah. We that's what we did in Hong Kong.
Mhm.
I haven't even seen who the Bears get.
I didn't see who they got. Who they get?
And
My
see,
team.
I've been
I'm a
working all day.
I'm a Saints fan, man. I'm a Saints fan. So I haven't talked about football this year. Uh, we haven't
Oh,
done too well in
Ben Johnson.
football
Okay,
wise.
uh,
Yeah, we haven't
they
done too
did get
well
the
football
coach.
wise. So hey, we looking for a coach right now. So
That's, you are.
hopefully we can get rid of that busted car at quarterback we got. So
Yeah,
hopefully we
yeah.
can get rid of him. We can actually do something. But oh, man,
We did.
I don't.
That's how we did it in Hong Kong. Like my brother, he's like, oh yeah, no, we're gonna go get Mongolian food. And I'm like, okay, and we're like going down some weird alley and up a fire escape, and it's like somebody's living room they turned into a Mongolian spot. But it was so good. Like,
You walked in somebody's back door.
yeah, but I mean that's pretty much.
They said we got our quarterback from the thrift store. We did. We gotta give him back because our dollar store QB he ain't worth two nickels, but we stuck with him because they paid him a lot of money. So hopefully they can figure something out.
Exactly. It was, and then we went to a German place in Hong Kong, which is like,
Hmm?
but again, it was like the same thing. It was like going down this long alley that did like no places that connected with anything. It's like,
Oh, that's somebody's grandma cooking that food. Yeah, so that's
and
not
then
bad. That's not
and
bad.
then we like go in this back door that like this big thick metal back door like every kung fu movie I've seen in Hong Kong like somebody dies going through that. We go in there and it's just like amazing German food by some
Yeah,
German immigrant
that's
who lived in
somebody's.
Hong Kong.
Yeah, somebody's grandma moved to Hong Kong and they've been there for 40 years. You went in their back door to their house. They live there.
What's up, Maisha?
What up? That's the best. That's the best places to get food. These little hole in the wall places where you don't think that it's gonna be uh, anything there, but it happens to be a grandma cooking the food.
Get a real Cajun gator is on my bucket list.
To get real Cajun gator is on my bucket list. Well, that's gonna be outside of New Orleans. Yeah, you ain't gonna find that in New Orleans.
Yeah, that's like where you kind of worry when you
Mhm.
travel out there.
If
It,
you've seen
Swamp
Deadpool
people.
and Wolverine. Yeah, swamp people. That's how they talk. That's where you got to go to get that good gator. New Orleans ain't gonna do it. The best food from a corner store there. Yeah, man, it's a gas station. You can get your liquor. You can get you can get $20 on pump one. You can get a bottle of whatever liquor you want. You get a cup full of ice. You can get a mixer, and you can get you a hot meal, all in
Yes.
the same place.
We and there's always that one chain too in like every state that you can go. Like I'm from New Mexico, so all subs. You can
Hmm.
go. That's where you're gonna go. You're gonna get your breakfast. You're gonna get your breakfast chimney and your drink and your ice and what everything for the day. Like it's your one stop shop corner store that you go to.
Yeah, yeah. But we got a chain called Brothers in New Orleans. They got they get mostly chicken and potato wedges. The gas station, you can get your gas, all anything, make groceries, anything you want. Get you some chicken. Now the chicken that they sell is going to put you on the toilet, but it's good chicken.
that's the but that's
But
like
any
that's all corner store food that you end up eating anyways.
not
It's
not
good.
all of it, because
It's
if you go to
good.
one of the ones that's not like a Shell or an Exxon, that's a random gas station that doesn't even look like it has gas. It's got the one pump outside. Oh, that's gonna be
Oh,
some good
and
food.
the old school pump.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Where the
It's not
numbers
even
flip. The
it's
numbers
not even
flip over.
digital.
You gotta lift the thing up under the under the handle, and the
I,
numbers flip. It's not even digital.
I I went to one of those places out in the middle of nowhere for I was at work and I had to get gas. And so the
Hmm.
guy's like, "Oh, just fill up and come back in and pay." And I was like, "Okay." So I go back in and do that calculars to go look at the spin dial on it to see how much gas I had. It's like, yeah, I need to pay. It was $85, and he's like, okay, $85. That's right.
Those are the best, man. Those are the best.
That's yes, that's right. Same thing. I love to get my sushi from the gas station. Nothing wrong with that.
I know my
Eh,
wife. My wife was shell shocked when we went to New Orleans, and we were pulled into the gas station and got gas. And then I bought a bottle of liquor and 2 cups with ice and poured the liquor in there and drove around because everybody was doing it. And then we went to Walgreens, and there's a liquor aisle in Walgreens. She was like, "Walgreens sells liquor here?" Yep. Walmart sells liquor. You can get liquor anywhere in New Orleans. And when I moved to Houston, man, I went to Walmart looking for the liquor, and it ain't no liquor aisle. What's going on?
yeah, they had no
It
liquor
wasn't
here either. They're in at Walmart.
it wasn't no such thing as a liquor store in New Orleans. You just get it from a gas station.
Ugh.
You got to get your blanket situated from getting up.
Ugh. There we go. No, I had to get the baby monitor. I was given the baby monitor.
Uh, Daddy duty.
Yeah, I was given that. Let's see, hanging on the couch right now.
Whew.
Yeah, those are always like the best.
Yeah, yeah. That's the best place to eat, man. You get everything at one stop shops are great. When you walk in and you got to say, "What's that?"
I know. I like I love going to the Mexican markets because
Hmm.
I'm gonna get I'm a big fan of like the tortillas that are made with real lard on it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you when you take somebody in who's not used to them and they see like half of chickens hanging up on. Yeah, there's what is it? What? Hey, you get everything. Look, you need paper towel. You need paper towels, soda. They got it all.
and a half a chicken.
Yeah, you get half a chicken. Look, there's all the insides because you got
Yeah,
cooked.
yeah. A pack of chicken feet.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's always fun to go into those places and see all of the different things they sell.
It's the best.
All the weird cuts of meat that's in there. What is that? That is cow stomach. Yeah. Oh, that's cow tongue. Yeah. I mean, I've eaten it, but
yeah,
I wouldn't cook it. I wouldn't cook it, but I've eaten it.
I have. I was like, yeah, it's all there. The only thing I won't eat is like the brain. I won't eat that shit.
I mean, I might if it's cooked right. I might. I'll try almost anything.
If you tell me what it is beforehand, it's probably a no. But if you give it to me, and then tell me afterwards so that I can go.
I'll eat almost anything. One thing I guarantee I'm never going to eat is raccoon. I can't. I hate raccoons.
I've had coon.
No, I hate raccoons.
I wouldn't eat it again.
I hate raccoons. They have regular hands.
No, I wouldn't eat it again. That's there. I love Houston. Got a lot of fam in H-Town and Sugarland. The barbecue is on point, but the Mexican food is a little better in Cal. Of course, don't say that in Texas. They're going to tell you straightforward that they do Mexican food better than Mexicans do it. All right. The white cowboy who has the Mexican food joint does Mexican better than Mexicans do.
We got the best tortillas.
You want some of these jalapenos on there for you, bud? Come on now.
Oh man, jalapenos on everything.
Yeah, gotta put it on jalapenos. That's right. Can't go much hotter than that because we got
pepper and jalapeno can't go too much hotter than that.
Xavier yes, dude's wild. His coon Christmas dinner, yeah.
Yeah, nah.
Nah, he can. You know what? There's plenty left for him.
Yeah, definitely.
There's plenty left for that.
Yeah, that's me. I'm gonna tell it, man. I ate before I came here. That's the only time I'll ever say the words "I'm vegan." If somebody tells me I've got coon on the menu, oh man, I'm vegan. I don't eat meat. Just give me some corn and I'll be all right.
Yeah. Yes, I I follow the Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec's manner. I don't want the stuff that my food eats.
Right. I don't want the stuff that my food eats. Feed my food what it needs to be my food.
No. I want to eat the thing that's eating that. That's
Exactly. I tell vegans, I'm saving your food by eating what eats your food.
That's right. There's plenty of that green stuff on a dish.
For y'all.
At the Chiquilli's, I made them at my house. Well,
man, gives me that I was going to Chiquilli's.
Their minds were blown, but Manny, here's how that went. They told you that, and then went back to Texas and go, yeah, and we still make them better here. Still make them better. And we invented them here. The Mexicans stole it from us.
We do it Santa Fe style.
Santa Fe style. Just a little spice, because It'll tear my stomach up if I have anything more than like a 3 on the spice level. This was a great show. Man, thank you so much for coming on. I had a blast.
Thank you for having me.
Anything you'd like to promote before we end out the show tonight?
Oh man, the lounge with me and Chevalier Wednesday nights at 7:30. We go live on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Our Instagram page is It's the Lounge. The YouTube is It's the Lounge Live 2020, and the Facebook is the Lounge Show. We go live every Wednesday. We're on our hiatus right now. We're starting back up in March, first week of March or last week of February. We haven't nailed that down yet.
Down in the description, I got links to all of that, so you can connect with Ray on social media and follow along. Lounges are such a fantastic show. The Herfador, another great show if you really want to get into breaking down a person and just watching and learning all about a person and their life. It's fantastic.
Yeah. That's the Herfador Lounge on YouTube. I'm coming back strong in March. I got some great guests lined up already. My Instagram is Ray True Life. Just be looking out for these things, man. I got these new shirts. This is therapy. I got my smoke therapy beanies. I got a shirt that's smoke therapy. Some new merch on the website. The cigars are actually sold out. I should have more of them by the end of March. So I have to actually put it on the website that they're sold out. I haven't done that yet, but the cigars are sold out right now. But I'm going to have more. And my next offer, my third blend, will be coming out sometime probably mid-second quarter this year. So,
excellent. Wow, a lot of fun. That's great. Reminder to everybody out there: take advantage of the Blanco Cigars deal that Dave Blanco offered last week at blancocigars.com. Use promo code 505Nation to take 15% off your order, and all orders over $75 ship for free. And you can take advantage. It's perfect. Some restrictions do apply, as some of the higher priced items on there have already been discounted out for this 2-week period on that. So you can, so the promo code won't work on that, but you can still get the free shipping on those. And next week I'm excited because I got a huge crush on this girl, and y'all better tune in to watch how I fall apart because I can't seem to talk to pretty girls. But my girl, Kiara, Cigar Girlfriend, will be on, and we'll talk to her. She with her B2B and P2P and networking guide that she has out there for really women in the industry to connect over cigars and help grow their business. And I'm excited to talk to her about that and probably fall apart because, well, I crush on the girl. And there's a video of me out there where she's having one of those 360 photos taken with me just staring and then going.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to find that.
Just watch my head just go, woo. Yeah. And then, of course, she looks at you and goes, oh, look at this, Mr. 505 creeping. I'm like, I'm not creeping.
Yeah, you was creeping.
Oh, my God, I got busted. Oh, boy, I got busted. And there's video evidence of me being busted. Oh,
irrefutable visual evidence.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy, that doesn't stand out. Wow. That'll be a fun show. I'm looking forward to sitting down and talking to her about that. But, of course, even if you're a guy, you could probably learn a lot because she knows a lot about business and networking and really marketing and really building businesses up from almost nothing and getting you out there. So it'll be a great show next week, and I'm looking forward to talking with her. So that's it for tonight, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I'm going to go get warm, and I got to go see what my kid's into now because she left the spot she was at. So take care. Be safe out there. Don't do anything Ray and I wouldn't do because we're sweet and innocent boys. And we will catch you all later. Everybody,